Life sometimes come at you fast. Tragedies make your life unravel. You feel like you wanna give up and stay knocked down. Even when your heart is shattered, you still got a life to live. You still got a life to live, so don't give up. We are beautiful miracles. We are beautiful miracles. We are beautiful miracles, so don't give up.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again on my podcast, Beautiful Tragedy. My name's Carrie Schmidt, and if you like what you're hearing, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. In this episode, I'm just going to share a little bit of sometimes advice that I give but don't always take myself, and that is learning how to be gentle with yourself. I talk about pretty difficult subjects in this podcast, and I really don't want to shy away from speaking my truth. And my truth is right now I'm struggling. The holiday season is especially difficult for grieving people, especially grieving parents. Christmas is a child-focused holiday. And really the spotlight is laser focused on happiness and family and togetherness. And, sometimes that's just not really how it is for everybody. And if it is that way for you, then that's wonderful. But unfortunately, it isn't that way for us anymore. I always used to really like the holidays. And honestly, the first year after Jackson died, I didn't even want to decorate. I did, only because I just didn't feel like it was fair to Ivan. And to be honest, it's our third Christmas now without Jackson, and I really just am trying to get through the season, going into stores and hearing the music. And, it's really kind of all over. It's really in your face. This year, I'm trying really hard not to view it all through the lens that Jackson's not here. But of course, wrapping presents and putting them under the tree is a pretty major reminder that we're missing a child. Grieving is very hard work. It's tiring physically and emotionally. And, I just remember in early grief, I just didn't think I could cry any more tears. And, your soul is tired. You're not just physically tired, your soul is tired. And learning how to live without a very important person in your life can sometimes feel impossible. It's almost like living without one of your limbs, and that takes some adjustment. But if I can impart on you something that I don't always do for myself, that is to be gentle with yourself, and especially during the holiday season. I just know that not everybody's happy around the holidays. And I really believe that people are in more pain than what we can truly fathom. Try not to put too many expectations on yourself. We all know what it can feel like an impossible feat to keep a household running, go to work, take care of your kids, and grieve at the same time. When you expect too much from yourself, it just makes everything that much harder. And if you don't know how to do something, the best gift you can give to yourself is ask for help. Reach out to someone who understands your loss. I have found that really a lot of people do want to help. Sometimes they just don't know how. And if you can articulate what you need, do so. And I know that there's plenty of people that are not as vocal as I am, and that's okay too. There's no handbook on parenting, and there definitely isn't one for parenting while grieving or helping a grieving child. If you're so lucky to have a good support network, whether that's friends or family, lean on them in your time of need. I always say we don't really win any awards for doing this by ourselves. And, like I said, if you're an introvert and, it's hard for you to ask for help, that's okay. Hopefully, people will notice your struggle and just try to do anything they can to ease the pain, because we all know that nobody can take it away. And we just have to take care of ourselves the best way that we know how. Grief is a journey, and we have to learn how to love the person that we lost without their physical body, and that is not easy to do. One of the things that our therapist, Glenn, tells us is that we need to stop shoulding all over ourselves. There's nothing that says you should be doing this or that, or you should be further along in the process of grief, because grieving is a lifelong journey. The author, Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, wrote a book called On Death and Dying, and in it has 5 stages of dying that have been misinterpreted over the years as stages of grief. She says herself that this book was not intended to cover all the stages in grief. She says that the stages can overlap and occur together or never happen at all. And really, this has been a disservice in the field of grief, because there is this idea that once you've gotten through all the stages, that you should be able to move on, and that's just not accurate. The 5 stages of grief, as mentioned by Dr. Kubler-Ross, are as follows: denial, bargaining, depression, anger, and acceptance. And sometimes I can feel all those feelings in one day. So really, I just want to impart on you to just try to be gentle with yourself. This is very difficult stuff. We're not supposed to be living without our children. Some days are harder than others, and life is hard anyways. And adding grief and loss just adds a whole extra layer. And again, this holiday season really can be tough on a lot of people. So, the way I end each episode is that we're all just walking each other home. And I'm hoping that if this is a painful time for you, that someone notices and that they, can just say something to encourage you. Thank you.